Hi, welcome back to Movie Break. Today we are going to watch American fantasy film called Maleficent. Release in year 2014. In a faraway land, there were two kingdoms. One was ruled by the ruthless King Henry, while the other known as the Moors. Moors was home to magical creatures and fairies, whom had no ruler due to their intensely close friendship and trust in one another. The strongest and most powerful fairy of all was named Maleficent. A young Maleficent is a powerful and kind-hearted. She has longest wing that anybody can dream of. A Maleficent believes in love, peace and compassion. One day, the Moors were disturbed by the presence of a young peasant boy named Stefan, who tries to steal a jewel from the pool of jewels. As the two border guards corner him, Maleficent shows up and tells him to hand over the stolen jewel, which he reluctantly does. After tossing jewel back where it came from, she escorts Stefan to the border of the Moors. They admit to each other that they are both orphans. Meeting of humans and fairies to each other is forbidden to both their worlds. However, the two of them eventually become the best friends, and on Maleficent's 16th birthday, he gives her what he calls a true love's kiss. Over the next couple of years, Stefan stops visiting the Moors because of his ambition and some other reasons. And due to the threatening attacks on Moors by King Henry, the strongest Maleficent becomes her homeland's sworn protector. When King Henry tries to conquer the Moors, Maleficent shows herself and warns them to go back. King Henry laughs after seeing a fairy is trying to scare them away and takes step forward towards the Moors. Maleficent creates her forest army, and with the help of her strong wings, she engages the king's army in battle, and defeating them, and mortally wounding the king, forcing his retreat. On the king's deathbed, he demands to be avenged. He promises that whoever kills Maleficent shall become the new king, and marry his beautiful daughter Layla. It is revealed that Stefan has become one of the king's servants, and wanting to claim the throne. He journeys to the Moors to find Maleficent. After seeing her friend Stefan, she forgives him and his king for their folly and ambition. The two are reunited and spend the night together like they used to. But Stefan tricks her into taking a drink that puts her to sleep, and after she falls into her slumber, Stefan makes the attempt to kill her. However, he hesitates, and cannot bring himself to do it. Instead, he amputates her wings, and presents them to the dying King Henry, as proof of Maleficent's death. Stefan is named as the new king. After leaving Maleficent in agony, injured and heartbroken, Maleficent creates a tree creature to help her walk. She journeys to an abandoned castle where she hides in the shadows, broken and alone. While still processing the betrayal, one day, she comes across a farmer who has captured a raven. Taking pity on the small bird, she turns the raven into a man. After the farmer runs away in fear, Maleficent approaches the human bird, who introduces himself as Diaval. Since she saved him, he offers to be her humble servant, and Maleficent assigns him his first task, to find Stefan. Diaval flies to the castle and witnesses Stefan being crowned king, with Layla as his queen. Infuriated when she learns why her wings were taken, enraged Maleficent returns to the Moors as dark clouds loom across the forest. Then, after roots form a throne, Maleficent sits there as the new evil queen of the Moors. One day, Diaval informs Maleficent Queen Layla gives birth to a daughter, and she is named Aurora, which means the dawning of the sun. A royal christening takes place at the castle. Everyone bless the beautiful newborn princess. The two pixies bless the infant princess with magical gifts. Then, just before third pixie could present her gift, Maleficent shows up in black robes. Still disgusted by what Stefan did to her, she looks at infant, and curses her to fall into a death-like sleep by pricking her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel on her 16th birthday. However, when Stefan begs her to spare his daughter's life, Maleficent softens and concludes that the curse can only be lifted by true love's kiss. And no power on earth can change it. After leaving a castle in rage, Maleficent makes an indestructible thorny border wall around the Moors to not suffer by humans access again. Stefan shuts himself behind the walls of his castle and orders 3 good pixie fairies to hide and protect Aurora until the day after her 16th birthday. He destroys every spinning wheel in the kingdom, hiding their remnants in the castle dungeon. Three fairies take Aurora to an old cottage in the woods, and pose as her three human aunts. Stefan sends his armies to find and kill Maleficent, but she surrounds the moors with an impenetrable wall of thorns, protecting it. Over the next years, Stefan slips into madness and paranoia, and becoming completely obsessed with killing Maleficent, and even refusing to see his own wife on her deathbed. Maleficent finds the pixies and Aurora's residence, and she watches Aurora grow from afar and named her Beastie. As the years pass, Maleficent watches over the young princess Aurora, and despite her initial hatred for the little beastie, she and Diaval reluctantly takes care of her from afar when the pixies are incapable and struggling to live like humans. In the meantime, Stefan becomes extremely darkened, and further consumed by paranoia, vengeance and obsession for hunting Maleficent down. Queen Layla becomes gravely ill, and dies, but Stefan is so consumed by his desire to kill Maleficent that he shows no grief over his queen's death. When Aurora is 15, she encounters Maleficent face to face, believing she is her fairy godmother as she recalled being watched over by her all her life. Aurora names Maleficent, fairy godmother. Maleficent allows Aurora to spend more time in the moors with her, and the two eventually develop a mother and daughter-like relationship. After returning her home and putting her to bed, Maleficent tries to remove the curse from her, by herself, but she is unable to since no power on earth can lift it but true love's kiss, as she mentioned before. Later, in the forest, Aurora meets a young Prince Philip, and they both are mildly attracted to each other. Diaval sees him as the key to lifting the curse, but Maleficent disagrees as there is no such thing as true love. On the day before Aurora's 16th birthday, Aurora tells Maleficent that she would like to live with her in the moors. When she informs the pixies of this, they reveal the truth about Aurora's lineage and the curse. After learning Maleficent cursed her, she angrily accused Maleficent of being evil, and Aurora runs to her father's castle. After seeing his daughter, instead of welcoming Aurora, Stefan locks her in a room, while plotting to kill Maleficent. As the sun begins to set, the curse of eternal slumber begins to attract Aurora. She follows a whispering voice to the castle's dungeon where all the spinning wheels in the kingdom were burnt, while Maleficent hurries to the castle with Philip in a trance. However, her attempts to reach her are all in vain. Aurora pricks her finger on a spindle and falls into her death-like slumber. As night draws, Maleficent and Diaval sneak inside the castle with Philip, and bring him to the sleeping Aurora. The pixies encourage the reluctant Philip to kiss Aurora. Unfortunately, nothing happens and Aurora remains asleep. After the pixies drag Philip out to find someone else to kiss her, Maleficent comes out of hiding, and looks upon what she has done. She was lost in hatred and revenge that she forgot about love and happiness until she met Aurora. In tears, she kisses Aurora on the forehead and bids her goodbye, but before she can even leave, a miracle happens. Aurora wakes up, and happy to see her fairy godmother. Maleficent's close and strong motherly love for Aurora was enough to break the curse that she herself had cast. As the three of them attempt to leave the castle, Maleficent is trapped in an iron net by Stefan's men. Stefan's purposely trapping her in iron net because he knew iron burns fairies. Aurora tries to save her, but the castle guards overpower her and Diaval. Maleficent turns Diaval into a dragon, and he lifts the net off her and manages to fight off the guards. Aurora runs away from the orbit of skirmish, and she accidentally finds Maleficent's caged wings in the room, and releases them. Diaval attacks the guards, but he is eventually chained by the soldiers. Maleficent is surrounded as Stefan enters the scene. Stefan brutally beats Maleficent and taunts her. Then, after pulling out his sword, he prepares to finish her off, but just before he can impale her, Maleficent's wings reattach themselves to her. With her wings back, Maleficent is able to fly and she frees Diaval. She and Diaval easily take down Stefan's guards. Only the treacherous king is left standing. Maleficent easily overpowers Stefan, and carries him onto one of the castle's towers. However, just as she is on the verge of killing him, she spares him, claiming, "It's over." However, Stefan refuses defeat. He tackles her from behind, dragging them both off the tower. Maleficent opens her wings to save herself, causing Stefan to lose hold and fall to his death. With King Stefan gone, Peace finally made between the two lands, Maleficent's heart gets kind and bright again. She brings down her thorny border wall and she passes her crown on to Aurora, by making her queen of both the human and fairy kingdoms, forever unifying them, as Philip looks on. The story ends with Maleficent happily flying through the skies with Diaval by her side. This is all from today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.